so much for
I'm good, thank
taking the
you.
time to chat with us today. I'm so excited to talk about the show. It's incredible. I saw it
Me
for the first time last
too.
night, and it really just blew me away. You all were just so phenomenal. But first of all, welcome to Chicago. Have you been here before?
Thank you. No, this is my first time here, and
Are
it's awesome. I
there
love it
things
so
that you were
much
planning
already.
to do or try or see while you're here?
Well, the weather's perfect today, so I'm gonna take a walk down to the water. I'm also gonna maybe hit the museum, the Art Institute. I mean, I have to get the touristy things out of the way first, and then I don't know, do anything
Absolutely.
else after
Sounds so,
that. So we'll
well,
see.
I have to say, one of my favorite tourist things to do if you're visiting the city for the first time is the architecture boat tour. So if you have time, I highly recommend.
Okay. Actually, I just heard that yesterday. I was talking to my cousin last night, and she's also said the
It
exact
is
same thing.
it's,
So I'm
it's
gonna do
definitely
it.
a top tier to do in the city. Well, we're so happy to have you here. We have so much to talk about, but first I want to start with the beginning of your journey as an actor. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you're 20 or 21 years old. 20 years old.
I'm
Incredible.
20,
So,
yes.
and this is your professional debut, I think, correct? Huge congratulations on
Correct,
that.
yes.
Tell me, where did you first get the theater bug? Were you doing productions in high school, or did you see a show when you were a kid? What really catapulted your love for theater?
Sure. My sister grew up doing theater. She's younger than me, and she's done it ever since, I don't know, since she could talk. And I hated it. I really disliked watching those shows. And I don't know, I grew up not liking theater. And then when I got to high school, my sophomore year of high school, my best friend at the time forced me to audition for the school play. And I really didn't want to, but I was like, it could be fun, and we could like hang out. And I ended up really enjoying it. And next thing I know, I'm auditioning for the musical. I never sang or danced before, and it kind of just became a thing that I started to really like because I liked the people and I liked putting my time towards that. And then by the time I got to my junior year of high school, something kind of clicked where I was like, I think I want to do this for the rest of my life at a professional level. And then I went to college for it, and now I'm here. So it's only been five five years since I started, and it's just been really crazy to see it go
So,
this
what
far. So
was that high school
yeah.
production that you first auditioned for and you got in?
Um, it was a play called Almost Maine, and it was super fun because it's just like this really funny selection of love stories that take place in this fictional part of Maine, and I just loved it because it was very relatable, and everyone in the audience, like parents of friends that I knew, all were like, "You were so funny," and I'm like, I didn't know I could ever do that, and it kind of. I don't know. I really just enjoyed that people could get something from it. And then the very first musical that I auditioned for right after
That's
was A
incredible.
Chorus Line.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I read in an interview you did that. I think you were on track to graduate Pace University 2024 about, is that correct?
Yes,
What
that's
made
correct. Yeah.
you say yes to this production while still being in school? Are you taking classes on the road or are you taking time off?
I'm taking time off right now. I think the thing that was really important is that when an opportunity comes up like this, it's impossible to say no because of how exciting it is for it just it I've so many doors have opened for me from this thing, and it's just I still can't believe that it happened. It seems really impossible. I every day I wake up thinking that I shouldn't be here, or like maybe I don't know. I feel like something wrong happened. So right now I'm taking time off school, and it's still unclear when if or when I'd go back. But I'm just having a good time on tour right now, and I'm just taking it a step at a time and
Absolutely.
seeing what the future
Before
holds for me.
auditioning for the show, had you seen the show on Broadway before? So what made
No,
you want to
never.
audition for it?
Well, actually, they requested me to submit for it. And so at the time, I only knew the name of the show and like one song, and I knew a few people that were in it, but no, I'd never seen it. And I don't know. I mean, it was the only audition that I had ever done before, been requested to do before. So I was like, yeah, I'll just do it.
Well,
Um,
here you
so
are.
yeah.
Now you're on tour. It features the music of Alanis Morissette. It's just an incredible album, Jagged Little Pill. Before, I mean, I know you haven't seen it, but have you listened to the album or any of Alanis music prior to coming to the show?
Before, I only knew one song, "You Oughta Know," and if someone mentioned Alanis Morissette's name, I'd be like, "Yeah, I think I know who that is," and I'm a little embarrassed by that. But after, well, when I started auditioning, I listened to a lot more of the music, and especially after getting the role, now I listen to that album frequently. It puts things into perspective for me, and not even just the album, but all of her work. I think that I can't believe that I didn't listen to her before. I mean, of course, she's a little bit before my time, but her music is extraordinary, and her artistry is extraordinary. The way that she talks about the music and what it means and how it belongs to everyone. So
What would
yeah,
you
it's
say
really
is
good
one of your
music.
favorite songs at the moment from Alanis?
Oh, Head Over Feet for sure, always. That's the one that the first time I ever heard it, I was like, this is amazing, and
Now,
it's still
you
amazing,
got
always.
to meet Alanis a couple of weeks, maybe months ago. Is that correct? What was that moment like?
Yes, that's correct. Surreal. I mean, she's she's Alanis Morissette. It's kind of crazy, and I think the scariest thing was knowing that we're interpreting her music, and I don't feel necessarily judged by that, but it's also, you want to like honor it, you want to do it justice, and just seeing her in person and seeing how she takes everyone in is very inspiring, and she has a really big heart, and I just really enjoyed talking to her about the show and what it means to her, and she's just been so supportive since the first time we met her and
Fantastic.
every time we have since
So,
then.
with this being your first professional gig and being on the road for the first time, I read in an interview. I love it. You said the first thing you do is set up your place and you play, and, and
Oh my
you
god.
call yourself a Mario Kart prodigy. And I would just love to know, being on the road, you're constantly moving, and something that grounds you, and you take a little bit of home, I guess, with you along the way. First of all, we have to know, are you still playing Fortnite? You're still setting up your PlayStation on the road?
It's right here. That's literally my PlayStation, and that's Fortnite right there. So yes, that is happening, and I cannot believe you asked that. No, yes, I grew up playing video games since I was a kid. Like that's been my everything. I know that sounds so stupid because it's video games, but no, it's just like the thing about video games, and I just put this into words last year, but video games were my first introduction to like narrative storytelling, and I realized that I love acting so much because video games are a form of storytelling, just like acting is. And like I would play games like Legend of Zelda or like some of like the mainline Mario games, and they all have like plots and they have characters that you care about. And so now that I'm in the acting world and I go back and play those games, I'm like, oh my god, this is a form of storytelling, and it is the part of me from home that I always want to take with me, and I can like call my friends and we can play together, and it just makes me feel so relaxed knowing that there is a world that I can enter if I'm not content with the one that I'm living in at the moment, and then vice
What are
versa.
some other
So
ways that
yeah.
you are keeping yourself grounded on the road? This is an incredible show, but it covers a lot of heavy topics. And the show just walks through all of these things so eloquently. What are some other things that you do to take care of yourself when you're not on stage?
Absolutely, it is heavy, and there are a lot of things, and I mean, it's just, I think for me, I really just need to go outside and remind myself that there is a life, and that we are just covering a very small and niche slice of it. Um, I love to I love to meet local people. I love to eat food often, take walks, and surround myself with people that have nothing to do with the show at times. Or yeah, just find ways to indulge myself in other important things besides what our show covers. So yeah, that's a good question, and it's become a lot easier now that we're like, what, I think 7 months in. certainly, and especially in a city like Chicago that has. I'm looking at the window right now; it's just perfect weather, and I'm like, can't wait to go
Well,
outside. So yeah,
the whole company, at least from an audience perspective, it just seems like you all gel so well, and you can really tell the chemistry between you all is so fantastic. And we have people who are asking about the just the culture of your company, and people specifically are asking about Heidi. And I mean, she's wonderful, but this whole company, it just seems so fantastic. And it seems like a lot of you are newer professional actors and a lot of just like fresh faces. And so can you share a little bit about the company culture?
absolutely. Yes, a lot of us. This is our like first professional thing, or at this level, and a lot of us are in our 20s. And Heidi, being a veteran, a legend, she's just Heidi just gives us so much wisdom and so much perspective on what this industry has been and what it will be. And I know that I'm pretty sure that every one of us has individually sat down with her at some point to just talk about anything. And she's so open, and she's just I mean, she's just salt of the earth as a person. You know what I mean? Like, the reason why I think she's so successful as an artist is because she's successful as a human being, and it's inspiring, and I want to be like her. And besides that, the culture of our show is just it's a lot of us just like being there for each other, and we're all young people, so we all have high energy, and we all have a reason to come to work, and we all banter, we have good times, and it's just wonderful to like have Heidi being that beacon of like responsibility, motivation, but then also she's having just as much fun as we're having, and she cracks more jokes than anyone. So it's just
Well, we are
perfect.
nearing the end of our time, but to wrap us up, I'm curious about what you hope folks take away after coming to see this incredible show. And if there's anything specifically that you hope people take away from your character, Phoenix.
Sure. Um, well, our show is really just about what it means to accept other people, and to understand, because there's a lot in this show. There are a lot of inner conflicts that are happening that other people are not privy to, and instead of getting mad at the other person, it's more about trying to be there for them. And so I think the most important thing to take away is to love, and to understand, and to be okay with not being okay. And as far as my character goes, I think Phoenix he's sort of like this guy who just kind of has a lot of things going on, but he leads with confidence, and he leads with kindness, and he leads with just he's just so casual about his life, even though like he has family issues, and he wants to be relatable in this new town. So it's just about persevering, and about understanding that it's going to be okay, and that you just gotta like keep laughing along the whole way throughout your entire life, and just be okay with how things are going to
Rishi,
pan
thank
out.
you so much for taking the time to chat with us today. For people who want to keep up with you and all and your travels with the show and whatever, how can people find you on social?
Yeah, just my name on Instagram, Twitter. Yeah, I mean, I'm just, I'm here, I'm around. So, and I love to have conversations about the show. I'm very open with it.
Rishi,
So,
thank you so
yeah,
much. For all those watching, come out to Jagged Little Pill. It will truly, I think, it'll blow your mind in the best way. This company is excellent and superb. Um, it's really such a wonderful production here in Chicago until April 2023 only. Get your tickets, Broadway and Chicago.com. We have lottery, we have rush, we have all the ways that you can come see the show. It's really fantastic. Come see Rishi and the rest of this wonderful company until April 23rd only. So get your tickets. Rishi, thank you again, and enjoy the rest of your time in Chicago.
thank you so
Everyone.
much. You're wonderful. Thank you.